welcome to this, and this is my thoughts. I won't really call it a review, though it might end up being a review, I don't know, as we start to do this. But this will be my thoughts on Ring of Honor's first show on HDNET, and I thought it was a pretty good show for what it was supposed to be, as it was simply supposed to be, if you don't know, the first 6 shows are supposed to be just be an introduction to Ring of Honor. They're not trying to kind of say, wow, here you go, this is must-see TV type of thing. This is more of, let's get a small build, then we'll start with the storylines. I definitely think you basically, you don't know how the deal within HDNET and Ring of Honor's eyes are kind of looking is, HDNET is hoping that because Ring of Honor has such a loyal fan base, they can up their subscriber base. By how much, I don't know. I guess we're going to find out, and how many people are willing to order, subscribe up to Ring of Honor, or at least beg their cable companies to get HDNET to get Ring of Honor. And then on the other side, Ring of Honor is hoping with HDNET that they're going to be able to get at least a few more different fans. HDNET has a lot of MMA stuff, which you know. Ring of Honor is probably the closest for an American promotion to MMA of any pro wrestling promotion, so they're hoping to maybe get some of those, and both are hoping to get something out of the deal, so that's good, and it looks like more of a let's work together. It's a 6-month deal, and then they'll look at it in 6 months, and in 6 months they'll decide if they want to keep going or not, so there we go. I thought the show was pretty good. Like I said, I don't think it was meant to, you know, be let's swing for the fences. I think it was just supposed to, let's go out there, let's introduce the product, let's introduce the wrestlers, and then apparently on the second set of tapings, which will be like the 7th show, they'll get into storylines. So, it's more of a slow build type thing, so that will be interesting to see. Let's see, the production looked very good. You know, to even compare it to normal Ring of Honor production would be silly and not even worth going into. As far as comparing it to WWE or TNA, given the fact that they were in the ECW arena, it's going to kind of limit the way things are going to look and the way things are going to be. But I still thought it looked fairly good. I thought it looked really good. I didn't think to myself that, you know, wow, the show doesn't look good. Particularly with it being in HD, where you're going to notice every little flaw there is. So, there was that. The commentary was not bad. I wouldn't call it great. I wouldn't call it wonderful, but I would say it was not bad. The new play-by-play guy is adequate, I think would be safe to say. And I would put him on the same level as like an early Tony Schiavone. Though with the possibility of being better, because you can, there's things that he did that Tony Schiavone just never did. You could definitely tell that he picked up on things. The editing, you know, the fact that the shows are taped are definitely going to help him. And he was, you know, calling some spots he was calling some spots during the show, so he wasn't totally clueless, and he wasn't, you know, Don West, and I would say he was actually a little better than some of the WWE announcers, and in some regards, not completely, but in some regards, and I definitely think he gets the idea of putting over the wrestlers, that he, you know, that it is important for him to help sell the matches, and it'll be interesting when we actually get into the storylines, how that will work. But I think he did when we got to the main event, and the main event definitely had some storylines in it. It definitely worked. They started out the show with Delirious and Jerry Lynn, and they did the right thing because they stuck Delirious on TV and let him speak. They had, each guy basically got like a 10-second little promo video package, which was pretty good. Allowed them to introduce themselves, so Delirious got to speak, which if you're going to put Delirious on TV, you do need to see him speak, because that's part of, you know, his character. Same thing with Jerry Lynn. They went out there and had a little match. It was an okay little match. Every match on here I would say would be okay to good. There was definitely nothing bad on it. I think every match was enjoyable. There wasn't anything boring. There's probably only one match I would find any great fault with, and I will get to that later. But this was you know, this was good. Then we got Kyle Durden. backstage interviewing Tyler Black to promote the main event. And they did a pretty good job of promoting the main event, I will say that. Then we got Sami Callahan and Kenny King going out there. They both got their video packages as well, which was good. Kenny King looked like a superstar, as he's supposed to be portraying himself as a superstar. Kenny King won another pretty good TV match, I would say. Nothing horrendous, and some pretty good stuff, and was enjoyable. Then we got Brent Albright versus Rhett Titus. So we got Rhett Titus to go out there and do a little promo, which was gold. And definitely you can tell, I would say just from this show, if you were going to say who do I think came out looking the best, it was probably Kenny King and Rhett Titus, along with, Tyler Black and Jimmy Jacobs, because they were focused on a lot. Him and Brent Albright had a good little match. I would say Rhett Titus actually probably got a little too much emphasis on, too much offense in on Brent Albright, but we did see Brent Albright do a plancha, so that was interesting. Then we got the main event, which was Jimmy Jacobs and Tyler Black. I thought they had a pretty good, went about, I don't think it went quite 15 minutes, television match. There's virtually, I don't think there was a single commercial during this entire show, other than stuff for Ring of Honor, and so we got that. So definitely, I think as time goes on and people start talking about, what was the best TV matches of the year, Ring of Honor might have a lot of them. And, which in my opinion is kind of funny, because I think depending on how the draft goes with WWE, a lot of the better TV matches might come from Ring of Honor and ECW. How whacked out is that, folks? How whacked out is that? But but the main event was good. Probably one of the better, maybe the second best TV match I've seen all year. Maybe, but it was definitely up there in that range. It was good stuff. They ended the show with them kind of hyping up next week's show and Nigel McGuinness. So that was good. And overall, just a good night. That with the fact that, tonight was the debut, and so a lot of people were trying to get on the message board, I think. That, along with the fact that tonight was also the 7th anniversary show in Manhattan. The board pretty much died for about 3 hours. 2 to 3 hours. They were pretty much dead and toast. I think because of all of that. But overall, I think it was a good show, and I definitely would say if you get a chance, check it out. If you have a way of checking it out, looking it up, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty good little, like I said, I don't think it didn't try to go out there and reinvent the wheel. It didn't try to go out there and be, ooh, look at us. It was more of like the slow build thing, and being a long-time Ring of Honor fan, I didn't mind that. A new fan might not like that as much. I guess people can comment. But other than that, like I said, I thought it was a good show. I definitely don't think it was the disaster people were probably scared it was going to be, which was good. But so other than that, with that, I'm out. I will talk to you guys later, and have a good one.